Welcome back to the show. You're watching Entertainment Show on Signature TV. We have a wonderful guest. He has a lot on his table. He's a music producer, he's a songwriter, and a show promoter. His name is Confidential. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
So, I'm actually interested in, can you walk us through the typical process of producing a music?
Let's first of all, I always say music is a process. It's like a lifestyle. You get me? You need to be in love with it to really do it. It's not something. Some people tell you that music is spiritual.
Okay.
You understand? It is. It is really spiritual. So, I basically music production is you get your producer, you record, you mix, you master, you sound, you balance the sound. It's called sound engineering. You remaster again. Then you try to test it on, like as a producer, you before you give your song to, what do they call it, your client, it should be test run.
Okay.
You get what do they call it, reviews from your fellow producers or fellow music, um, what do they call it?
Artists
Yes,
or
yes,
songwriters.
yes.
So like you send it to them to like check this thing out and what do you think it was?
I just felt like I grew in production
Okay.
because I remember when only me they do everything. Like because I feel I can mix, I can master, I can balance, I can. Then I started going deep into music and seeing that for me to actually get the quality I want,
Yeah.
it's not really a one-man job. Before I use FS Studio, I'll produce beat, I'll do some things. It sounds well, but getting deep and deep and deep, I saw that I don't really. You can't do
You can't do everything on your own.
Like I started watching how the Western people do music. 15 producers on one song.
What?
Yes, check it now. You see 15 producers. You see
On
seven.
one song
We
or
are not
like
talking
an
about
album or something?
one song.
Oh my goodness.
Check, like it's facts. Check
Are you
production.
serious?
You see Travis. You see like yeah. You see. So I started it. I was like, okay, I know this guy is good in sound balancing. I know this guy is good. I know, and the truth is, in ENUGU market, I always use it. I've worked with a lot of producers. I know a producer that can give me an excellent beat, but he's not good in mixing.
Okay.
But he can give me, like, I know someone that can mix, but he's not good in this and this and this. So it's networking. I meet you, I say, okay, do this for me, let's do this, just a team. And at the end, you're getting a beautiful work. You're asking yourself whether it was really produced with this equipment we have.
Yeah.
So that's just it.
So like, these music artists, they have managers. I had a conversation with somebody and he was like, most times working with these managers, they don't give you what you want. They don't motivate you. They don't give you the energy and vibe. All right. So I want to ask now, as a music producer, apart from working with the music artists, do you people also work with the managers?
See, let me be honest with you. Recently, I just feel like every day I'm doing this music. Every day I'm like, because this is, I always say this is my lifestyle. I'm not rushing. It's what I will do till I die. You get my point? So I have every day to do it. And because I'm really doing it every day, I just feel like I'm still in a very, very shallow state, because what I thought I figured out last time, at a go, I'll see that maybe, hey, I don't really even know this. So I'm seeing growth because once I'm learning. So things I've seen in this music now, music does not have pattern.
Okay. But you can work with the
Now,
music
now,
artist manager.
there are some people that will want to record.
Yeah.
That the first call you hear is from the manager. How far this so person wants to record.
Yeah.
This is. Are we coming to the studio or are you coming? Or like you see that these people now are working on a professional level.
Yes.
You get my point. Before you get to the venue or before you see that everything time, they will say you see how the work will go. Then there are some people now. You go get wahala, you go like, but that's it. That's the beauty of being a producer, working with everybody, and it's like you don't have access to this, you don't have access to this, you don't have access. So you will not say because this is how this person is working, I'll come and try to work that same way with you. I need to understand who I'm working with.
Okay. So like, is it possible because you're the producer and you're into sound engineering too? Is it possible for that music manager, that musician's manager, to say, oh bro, this particular sound logo work or that kind of thing?
So, you know, if you talk about music executives, let me use label.
Okay.
I'm a label owner too. So, label. If there is a settings in label, there are some label that you have 3 managers.
Okay.
Doing different things. Some have 2.
Yeah.
Some you have a manager. Some you have a PA. Now, you have executives working. You have a team working with you. You understand? Now, it's deeper than that. Sometimes your manager does not have a say. You understand?
Really?
It's like depending on the project.
Okay.
I'm trying to talk from a professional aspect, especially in labels.
Yeah.
Now, what the manager does, like, manager is the person that speaks for this artist and his representation. Okay, that's why sometimes you can have 2 managers. They have manager for logistics and this and this. So everything I'm taking for you now, Queen, as an artist, I'm taking care of your logistics. I want everything. Then I have someone that is looking for shows for me, looking for opportunity. And sometimes I can have someone that is, you get my point?
Yeah.
So it depends. Maybe if my manager is my boss, he can say, you're not dropping this. But that decision is not always from the managers. It's from the team. It's from the, like, the what do they call it, distribution team. It's from, like, because it's a label family. When the executives, they will say, we don't like this project, we don't do this, we don't do this. So apart from it, if your manager is bigger than, like, has all they say, that means you're directly working for him.
Yeah.
You understand?
So like, those producers have like a community, or let's say a forum where you say, this is a meeting for producers, this is a meeting for songwriters, this is a meeting for sound engineers, and they have welfare for them, because you know most times is the artist that they're seeing, all right? They don't know the back work that has been done. So is there a community or even a group chat or anything that they will say, oh, this is a forum for producers? Are they even recognized? That's another thing.
See, you know, I'll go back. Let me say this. This entertainment, I did not really start as a music producer. You get me? I started. I was shooting with a comedian they call Dave Wink. I shot with Dave Wink. I shot with Ezon. So I was like an extra. You understand? So now, talking about community, I've worked with. I was also into movie. Like, I also acted. I've acted movies.
Really?
Yes, and I'm a videographer too. So I don't shoot Nigeria like Nollywood.
Okay.
So I've seen a lot of things. Like, and I'm still saying, the truth is, when you come to music, it's different in this entertainment game.
Fact.
You know why? An artist mentality, it is somehow, I don't know whether it's the culture or how we see ourselves. Where comedians are doing things, there's always a community. You understand? Like, it's natural. You don't need to force it. When some actors or like there's a community, there's always a union.
Yeah.
You understand? And But you see, when it comes to
Music.
music, artists, producers, and everything, it's like basically you know one or two, three people that you guys are working together. But I can't really say, okay, let me pinpoint in ENUGU. I can't really say we have a forum.
Okay.
But we interact, we hang, sometimes you work with this person, but we don't really have a forum or a community. And it's like that because of how, guy, music, and you know, when I'm seeing some things, sometimes I'm like, hey, I'll be just cold-blooded because as an artist, you go suffer. It's like, right now, talking about music promotion, my guy called me, I wanted to promote music, blog, this one, this one. Before everything coming out, 3.5 million, you have not done TV, you have not done anything. You just want to do the normal blog, the normal community, the normal
Yeah.
sponsored ad on a level. And you see now, a blogger is charging you 500K. A local blogger, I'm not even saying a local blogger. Now, as an artist, you get things where you go see. First of all, a normal artist, they do you big boy. Like a normal artist. Now, some people go carry label one you. Then you're seeing things. Anytime you get to any level you get, they start feeling like. So it's sad. And most of us in this industry, you'll be laughing with, I can be laughing with you, but it's
Yeah.
not from my heart. You get my point? So I can't really talk about the thing like happening as an association.
And it's challenging.
Like this thing I'm telling you is universal. In music now, that's why you should, like, I always advise myself and people,
Okay.
just know what you want. You can't be friends with everybody. It's not possible.
Okay.
Don't try to please everybody. Just that best of best, those people that are your people, those people you can connect with and work with them, do your thing, grow.
So can you describe the current landscape of music promotion in Nigeria? Because
As a whole,
yes, as a whole.
I always like speaking from experience. I'm not a speculator.
Okay.
You understand? So I will tell you that since I'm playing from this, and this is what I've observed. Nigeria as a market, thank God that the music, like, we are now on a global stage.
Yeah.
The way has been paved. And right now, thank God for social media. If I do what I need to do right, I can blow or I can sell from any part easily to any part of the world. You get me? So, talking about music, it got easier than before. Music
Okay.
has, like, this is the easiest era of music marketing. You understand?
That's
So,
a plus for us though in
yeah, it's a
Nigeria.
plus. So a lot of artists these days now, they don't, like, you see an artist, this guy came out without a label. You get my point? So Nigeria as a market, we still have a lot to do. The only people really selling right now are the people on the international scale. Now, everybody in the local market is struggling. I'm just telling you from observation. You get my point? And music gets expensive as the day goes by. Do you know, to Davido, music is still expensive? You get my point? So at every level you see that it's getting more expensive. And if I'm in this game, I should keep up. So music in Nigeria right now, playing in the local stage, is saturated. Timaya dropped an album, Jerick dropped an album. These people, but many people, like, you don't know, say this person don't drop album. This guy is an OG. You don't know. You're banging this, the band dropped. Everybody dropped.
That's true.
Now you're listening to Asake. So right here, if it's not the international influence, it's sad. But no, everybody will tell you it's going well. We are making shows, we are making money.
I know
It's
the
a lie.
rest.
There's struggle. There's a big struggle here.
Okay, so what's the key platform for effective music production? Is it the TV, social media, or radio?
I always say this, music don't have pattern. It has principles. It has some things you need to do. There's a book you need to follow sometimes. Don't lie. But the truth is, with how the world is going, without technology, with the exposure, with the access we have in our hands.
But which one do you think actually? Is it social media, TV, or radio that makes this music industry, like, for them to go global? Is it the TV, the radio, or social media? Because you know, most of these upcoming artists, their music trend from TikTok, right? It's from TikTok that you will be like, oh, this song don't come out, so make I go check for Audio Man or Apple Music. Do you understand me? And most times, radios still review this, TV still play their music video, or even tell you that, oh, this person has dropped, all right? But like, which one in particular is more effective for musicians?
Let me tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Right now, everybody doing anything you're doing on the digital market, like on like social media or this digital era, the fastest way to sell out or get an audience fast is from social media. You don't know what will make you viral. You get my point?
Why do you say social media though?
Do you know it's the easiest now?
Because of
Do you know
TikTok, right?
do you know if we draw a percent of TV users
Okay.
right now is going down?
Facts, that's true.
You get my point?
Yeah.
Now, you have access to every information you have.
Show your phone.
And every youth that is actively using a mobile phone is actively on a social platform. Be it business, be it entertainment, be it wasting of time, be it anything. You get my point? So it's like, you asked me a question so that I won't run far. You
So
said
which one is
the
more
like efficient?
Yes.
Now, I can have a viral moment through TikTok. This song will go now because of TikTok or because
Even
of
Snapchat too.
yes, anywhere. I like anywhere. There's a guy that blew on Instagram. One Coyote once that time.
Yeah.
He blew on Instagram. Now, I can have a viral movement, but there's what they call music business, like music commercial. They have people they call commercial artists. I can go viral. I can use like there's how I'll position myself. There's how I'll position my team, and I will go viral. And okay, this is. Time comes, you fade away.
Yeah.
But there's what they call commercial. These people are commercial artists. They know that I'm using social media
Okay.
because social media is needed.
Yeah.
Then they know now that I'm using TV. It can't be more official than being on TV. You get my point? Because this is a market.
Okay.
Now, because I'm marketing, because I'm a commercial artist, I'm still playing by the rules of entertainment, which is the TV shows, the like anything broadcast, anything that is officially a broadcast.
Yeah.
You understand? So as a tool, any person in music that like, and another thing, music goes now with trend.
You know I was coming to that. But no problem, continue.
It's an evolution.
Yes.
You understand? That's what I'm trying to tell you. It does not have a pattern right now, but there's what we call commercial artists. Commercial artists. You're branded, you're commercial. Like, it's not like I'm not looking for a viral moment.
Yeah, but don't you think sometimes you have to just follow the trend?
Do you know how many songs you have heard that trended that you have not heard about the person again? And maybe one day you go and check this person's page, you see that this person is really working. Like after the viral moment, he's still working.
So what do you think the person
Music business is different. That's what they are trying to tell you.
Okay.
Like they have music business. They have music. Like anybody can do music. Anybody can go far. But there's what they call music business. If I really want to do music now,
Yeah.
I will go commercial. That's where you build team. That's where you network. That's where you use all the tools you can use. If they say now that there's another platform that came out, I will easily connect myself there.
But that's where finance comes in, right? Because you have to pay for it.
Step by step. That's why you need a team. You get me?
So you would have a music business manager. Or what? Because going into music, I think it has a lot in it, honestly. And promotion and the rest. I don't blame these upcoming artists that don't even go global most times. All
See,
right.
me now, me now, what I've seen in music now, I just say the piece of truth I know.
Okay.
You get me? Music, music as a commodity this is the best era it has ever happened in. But being a professional music artist that wants to play the game, that wants to play the game of longevity, sustainability, and like you're selling, you want to be Drake, you want to be Wizkid, you want to be
Without chasing clouds.
coming to that other aspect. We have musicians that their sell point is chasing clouds. I told you there's no pattern.
Now what?
My management is fucking different. Sorry, my management is different from
Yeah.
this person's management.
Yeah.
My management, my publicist, my media, my social media handlers, like that's why it's called branding. I may be now, it's clouds that I'm using to sell, and I'm selling to my team. This is what is bringing the money. That's why if we revolve to where the Western world, especially America, gets, you see that these people now are not selling you because you're talented.
Okay.
They are selling you because we are selling a music business. She's fine. This is it. We are selling you for this. We are selling you for this. So music does not have a pattern. The only time you need to play real music business is when you want to go commercial, and it takes a lot. It takes a lot.
So you've mentioned a lot, and you said there's a lot of pattern. But
Different
to you,
pattern.
different pattern, right?
If you
But
say
to
vibes.
you, which pattern and strategy is more effective? Because let's assume you want to talk to someone that wants to venture into music now, all right? Which pattern would you tell him that would promote his music? Like, what exactly will you tell this particular person that would promote his music and make him go famous?
You get me? Now let me tell you now. If I'm to advise, you come to me and ask me, do you know what I do these days? You get me? I listen to people.
Okay.
When you listen to people, you know where this person
It's good at
or where you can advise.
the person.
That's it. We are humans.
Okay.
If you understand this concept of we don't generalize things, like things are not generalized anymore, you get the point.
People have different mindsets.
Yeah. The truth is, we have principles. In any level you're doing, in any type of pattern you come out from, there's a point or there is a stage where you know that there are music principles, or there is principle in media, principle in anything you're doing that you need to adhere to. But basically, if I'm to advise somebody, and thank God I'm a producer, I always say this, like I'm happy I'm more of a producer than an artist, because it gets you, when you're a producer, that's when you see music, you see people for who they are, you see people you see these artists for who they are, because of you're the one handling their product, this music. So I've met people, I've seen people, I've spoken to people, I've experienced people, and you see that we are products of our environment and what we believe in and the cause we want to fight for. You get for? And me now, I can't advise you and tell you, because you're doing music, because you're doing this, let's play this game. I like playing authenticity.
The professional aspect of it.
Yes, like apart from the professional aspect, let's sell what you believe in.
But the person came to you for an advice.
That's why I need to listen to you. What do you really want in music?
Okay.
How do you want? Like, you know what you want, the fans you want. Like, then it's from there that we'll know. It's simple. I can start chasing cloud. Isap.
But you know, clouds can actually defame the person too. But it's true.
That's what I'm telling you now. Some people that got everything 100%, still at a time, it still went down.
True.
I'm telling you, professional, so you get my point.
Yeah.
So it's your willpower. It's your willpower. Music is hard.
Ouch.
Music is very hard. True talk.
Wow.
I don't want to sugarcoat anything. I'm
Yeah.
trying to tell you from the reality I'm playing from. You understand? Music It does not have pattern, but there are principles of music we have to follow. So if I'm to advise you, I have to listen to you,
First of all.
first of all.
So how do financial constraint affect the ability of this music promotion?
The truth is, I said this on a podcast one time, that I now we see that we have Nigerians have gotten to the point of us being so distributors in music right now. Now, basically, some people don't even use what we used before in distributing music. Now we have tech boys, we have people that can come together. I'm telling you,
Honestly.
Nigerians that when they do something like outside there now, they are booking you.
Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
you get my point. Normal boys from the streets that learnt itself from online. Now, thank God for social media. Everything is accessible. Now, thank God.
Say it now. Go ahead.
Distribution. Now we have people. You hear this guy. What do they call him? This one that is doing for Charlie Poppy. What's that his name? Before I forget. But we have many distribution companies now, and we are doing well. But I always try to see the truth out of it. We are getting advanced. I talked to some people in ENUGU once. I told them, let's bring the culture of, since things are very simple. We are talking about finance, right? It's very easy to make money from music now if you have the right community. That's why some people have blown, their breakthrough came without label. People like Omale, okay, look at Jerick for instance now. Jerick now was partnering, like he was in partnership with people for a long time, doing his things. He got to where he got to. You get my point? Now, at the point, we see it as making money in music is very hard. They always tell you this.
That's the way it seems now.
It's just what the labels are playing at.
Okay.
You get my point? So now, the financial aspect. That's why you need to know your community.
Yeah.
I always tell people, stay true to your community. If I have my community, I can come out tomorrow and say, I want to drop this project.
All right.
I want my community. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Confidential. You said a whole lot in this movie, promotion and the rest of them. And I hope they're hearing you, because the part that is actually hurting me is where you said music is hard. That part broke my heart, honestly. But thank you so much for joining us today. Would love to have more of you. All right. So we'll go on a short break and we'll be reviewing recommended movies for you. So stay tuned. Welcome back, and you're still watching Entertainment Show on Signature TV. I have interesting movies to recommend to you this weekend. And the first movie today is Beverly Hills Cop. So, in this movie, Axel Foley returns to Beverly Hills after his daughter is threatened for a family reunion that includes old pals John Taggart and Billy Rosewood to uncover a conspiracy. Let's take a look at the trailer.
Good morning, everybody. It's another beautiful day here in Beverly Hills.
What the hell was that?
Let me guess. Foley.
Did you say Foley? Foley! We stole a helicopter!
I didn't realize that you couldn't really fly a helicopter. Otherwise, I would have came up with a different idea. I told you it was a bad idea. Oh, hey! He shot my rotor off. Shit. You know, this is very embarrassing. You know, part of me rather get locked up than get put in this little Fisher-Price-looking squad car. Y'all are the Lego cops.
Jane, hey, this is your father. Before you hang up, I'm in town.
I've been arrested. And... Hello?
You sure y'all paying y'all's bills? Because this phone don't work.
This isn't my first time in Beverly Hills.
Yeah, I saw that. 84, 87, and then 94. But this place has changed a bit.
What brings you back to 90210?
I got a call from Billy.
He's in trouble now.
What do you want from me?
I want you to be a cop again. You gotta do something. Axel, if you damage any city property...
You're in a snowplow?
Yeah, we in the damn snowplow. What's the problem? A lot of blind spots in the snowplow.
I'm on an undercover mission with Achway Foley. You're pissing off a lot of people.
That means we're getting close. Y'all safe? Everybody safe?
There's no seatbelt in the middle.
The hell with the seatbelt? We're on the edge.
We're gonna need some backup.
Whoa! What are you doing?
I'm getting us some backup.
God, I missed you, Axel.
I'm actually interested in this particular movie. I'm a fan of action movies, romance movies. I'm not really a fan of horror movies. So go see that particular movie. Now, our next movie, Vanished into the Night. It tells a story of two children who mysteriously vanished while under their father's watch. So desperation and dark secrets push an estranged couple, which is the parents, into a dangerous deal. I don't want to give you details of this particular movie. I don't want to be a spoiler. So let's take a look at the trailer.
Come on, guys.
It's like they just disappeared into thin air. Hello?
We want 150,000 euros in cash by 8 o'clock on Monday.
Well, I'd say we have a complete picture. This session is adjourned, and I reserve the right to appoint an outside consultant and offer an evaluation in the judgment for custody.
Hey, Pietro. I guess since you became a father, you don't want to be in bad company anymore.
Why are you here?
My patience has run out.
You'll have the money by Christmas. I just need a little more time.
Love you. Good night, Papa.
Night. Giovanni? Bianca?
Giovanni? Bianca!
You had 3 beers, 2 joints. I should not have left them with you. You need to find my children!
I need some money. These people are crazy.
You know, there's only one person who has this kind of money.
It's a little job I'd like you to do for me. It's a really simple thing, and then I'll give you the cash.
It's too dangerous.
I have no choice. I need to fix it now.
Sunset, leave port. You'll be contacted shortly after that. Oh, viva la Goya!
For once you tell me the truth. Are you gambling again?
I know what you've done.
You sound crazy. You are scaring me.
All I want is to get my kids back.
Now tell me, if you should be the parents of these kids, what would you do? You'd put your kids to sleep and mysteriously they disappeared. I don't want to be a spoiler. Let's go watch this movie and see how these children came back. Alright? Alright, our next movie today is House of Ga. So House of Ga is a historical epic about the rise and fall of Basharun Ga, played by Femi Branch. I'm still surprised that he portrayed the role so well, but in this historical action drama, a ruthless kingmaker reigns over the Oyo Empire until he is disposed by his son. Ga is a renowned warrior whose battle victories earn him the love of the people, and eventually his position as the Basharun. Let's take a look at the trailer.
Yeah. Apanilẹ́kúnjayé.
Kí n pé kò ní tẹríba. Ẹyẹ máa lọ.
Ọ̀dájú.
Ẹsẹ̀ wọn bọ́ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ sójú.
Ìkà.
Olúwa mi Aláàfin Lábísí ti gbé kúrú jẹ lọ́wọ́ ẹbọra.
Àti wàá nílò ọba tuntun báyìí. Ó dìmúlẹ̀. Ó dàṣẹ. A ti pinnu wípé ìwọ la fi jẹ Aláàfin tuntun. Àmọ́ ó ní àwọn nǹkan kan tó lè ṣe alátakò dídé adé ọba rẹ o. Sọ tẹ́ ọ lọ́rùn àbí kò tẹ́ ọ lọ́rùn.
Bàbá mi fìdí múlẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí afọbajẹ àti ayọ̀ ọba nípò.
Èmi mo fi jẹ oyè Báṣọ̀run. Ọ̀pọ̀ lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n fẹ́ fẹ́ yóò ń gẹ́mi jẹ.
Ẹ̀yin náà sì gbọ́dọ̀ tẹ̀ sí àṣẹ tèmi.
Èwo lójú rẹ̀ ń dán yìí tí mo ti gbẹ́sẹ̀ lé.
Màá tẹ̀lé àṣẹ yín tààràtààrà ṣùgbọ́n kì í ṣe tọkàntọkàn. Tẹ́ bá fọkàn mi ẹ máa ṣiṣẹ́ fún.
Ó sọ̀kòsọ̀rọ̀ ó ti jalè àgbọ̀n.
Mo fẹ́ kó o dìde kó o kó jagunjagun jọ.
Ìrẹ́gẹ̀rẹ̀ kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀.
Ẹgbẹ́ wọn rò.
Ránṣẹ́ sí gbogbo àwọn ọmọ mi. Ìwọ ò lè jẹ́ jagunjagun. Sọ fún wọn kí gbogbo wọn padà sílé. Ló gbàdá ń ṣètà. Ogun ti dé.
Mo pé ìṣòro ńlá gbáà ni Ga ó padà jẹ fún wa.
Mọ́jọ́ ògbé ní àwọn adáhunṣe tó lágbára tí wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún ní Olúwa mi.
Aṣọ̀rọ̀ Ga ò ṣe dàgbà o.
Ká ń yọjú mìíràn rẹ̀.
Àjẹdàgbà kọ́ndé.
Wọ́n dúró dè ọ́ títí tí ó fi padà bọ̀.
Ìwọ lẹ́sìn ẹ̀gbin lájànàkú yàgò.
Personally, I would recommend this particular movie for you to watch. Alright, it's a wrap for today. Join us same time next week on Signature TV Entertainment Show. And I'm still your baby girl, Queen Network. Thanks for watching. Bye.
We don't have security in Enugu. In Nigeria, totally. I don't see any security because in our farm, in the village, these Fulani herdsmen, all the things that we get there have spoiled. We don't have security. Anyway, I have not heard about kidnapping since this man coming. I have not heard about kidnapping in this Enugu since this Sepitamba regime. The government is supposed to know what they're supposed to do because before this thing is not like that. They know what to do. It's not me who tell them what to do. They know what to do in the country.
With the farmers, it's really affecting us. Like for instance, in my own village where I came from, Isuzu, the insecurity there, Most of us are no longer in the village. The things we used to eat before, we buy them now. We cannot go to our farmland again, mostly because of herdsmen. So they are attacking us. Nowhere is safe. Even in town here, every day you hear news of kidnapping cases and robbery. So it's really affecting us. No, it's just like all other places that have been affected by herdsmen. So they used to invade the community. In fact, most of the farmland, especially farm settlements, is no-go area now, where we do our farming. So where we are practicing farming now is very small. The major place where we get food, nobody is going there. Especially in my own place, most of our houses have been burnt, destroyed by them. They are still there.
Insecurity is everyone's business, and coming home, because what is close to you is what affects you. Even though you say southeast, but I want to talk particularly in ENUGU. It's becoming so alarming. We've never had it this bad. That one is even afraid to step out of his house. Even in the house itself, you are not even safe. In ENUGU here, it has tripled what it used to be before. And they are no longer afraid. They operate in the daytime, in the evening time, in the night. We are not even sure. We can't even differentiate who is the actual kidnappers and who are the law enforcement agencies like the police, the armies. Because most things that happens these days, there are traces that the people involved testify they are sure these people are policemen.
The story of insecurity in this federation, more in Enugu State and Southeast in general, is an abysmal condition. In the sense that nobody can move or run his business without fear or looking over your shoulders. Whether you might be kidnapped, you can be killed, your organs could as well be harvested. You can even be leached. And all this is a pointer of a failed society. In all cases, we should just be careful because the insecurity has come to stay. Yeah, there's another day that said that when an insecurity lasts for some time, the government actually allowed you to do so because they are almost not affected in the sense that they move around with the heavy muscles all around. But if the government want to curb the issues of insecurity, they can. It could as well be nipped in the bud. First of all, you can make sure that the masses in a whole have employment. The unemployment rate in this country is something else.
Probably okay for now because as for then, I don't think you can. As for then, you can move anyhow on the road, but you can kidnap people. For now, I think it's okay because the government and the governor, he's trying his best to make sure people are secured, even in their houses, their place of work, on the streets.
I think Enugu is a bit secure, although the number of people that have complained about kidnaps in villages actually is quite alarming. But in the town, I think the town is a bit secure, you understand. But we in the villages, we do not have police around, we don't have the military around and all that. So if the government can actually deploy people to that environment to take care of the rural women, vulnerable children, then I think it will go a long way in helping us out.
About insecurity in the country, let me give an example. There was this period that my girl have a wedding out in Suka. But because of the insecurity along that road, I guess one of the politicians was even kidnapped around that side. We didn't go. The insecurity was so much. Her wedding she was complaining that none of her girls came. And that was because of insecurity. Also, in our farm somewhere in Oye, then what happened? 2 weeks ago, they said herdsmen were coming to the bush, therefore we cannot go and have our granules. And I think it's contributing to the cost of granules right now. And the granules, all of them, they are dying because of herdsmen. And the village members, the villagers, they are scared. My grandma is no more going to farm. Everybody is scared about it. So I don't know what the government is doing about it though. Words, they are not doing enough.
It's an honor to actually sit with you. I will just get right to it. I am with Honorable Dennis Nnamdi. I actually would prefer to put Honorable Nnamdi Dennis Abo. He's an honorable member, House of Representative, representing Iweze North Udenu Federal Constituency of Enugu State. Good day, sir.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
How do you feel? How do you feel getting your victory back? Let's just start with that.
I feel happy, obviously. I feel excited. Happy in the sense that it is not good when people have given you their mandate for you to lose it. It's, I believe it's my responsibility to keep the mandate popularly given to me, a popular mandate given to me by my people. So when this is threatened, I believe it's my responsibility to chase the mandate and recover it for the good of the people. The reason is that there is, for their House of Representatives, for that particular constituency, that's a person they want to represent them. My people have somebody in their mind, and that person is me. They want me to represent them. If they therefore come out and vote for me and give me their mandate, and then somehow, because of the ills and the failings of society, that mandate is threatened, it is my responsibility to pursue that mandate and recover it. In fact, the recovery of mandate is an additional proof that you are able to discharge the responsibilities of the mandate. First of all, reclaim that mandate on behalf of the people. It is not good for... The worst thing that can happen to society is that people exercise their choice, and that choice is thwarted. It is not good at all.
Okay. We learned that during the election, you went to one of the... Well, some people would dread the place, but you felt it's your constituency. It's part of the people if you were elected to lead. But you went there nonetheless, and a lot of people wouldn't even do that, let alone take their first son with them. What influenced that?
Yeah. Number one, if you ask me what influenced that, I should say this thing about representing people is about service, and that's the way I understand it. Other people may understand it any other way. It's about service, and to serve, you have to be the least. You cannot be the greatest when you serve. We have examples of service. So therefore, if the people I'm wanting to represent are locked up somewhere called the den of bandits, I cannot pretend or assume that I'm representing them when I cannot reach where they are. These people they are made to pay some kind of ransom to conduct their daily life to people who have besieged the place. I have to go and find out how are they doing, because they are part of the constituency. If without them, the constituency is not complete. So we have to go there, ask them for their vote, explain our programs for them, find out how they are doing, and then put myself in their situation. And then that is the best way you can devise a solution to their problem. So I had to go. People say it was dangerous. And I said, how can it be dangerous? I belong to this place. This is my constituency. I represent everybody here. I have only tried to represent my people. I've not done any other thing. I've not muzzled them. I've not oppressed them. I've not stolen from them. I've grown up among them. So, and I've not done any evil. I'm not accused of anything that is untoward in my community. I've not taken what does not belong to me. I'm not going to even chase what does not belong to me. I'm not going to try to take what does not belong to me. I've not sent young men to go and play thuggery for me. I've not sent people to go and kill for me. I don't have a band of armed robbers that I breed. I don't have any evil person that can say I am the one lending him protection. I am not part of any evil system. Therefore, why should somebody want to hurt me or to do it? I didn't send anybody to go and rob for me or to go and kill for me. So I have only built schools. I've only intervened on electricity distribution, water, empowerment, name it. These are the good things I've just lent my life to do for them. And they know me. They know I'm not telling them a lie when I tell them, oh, I've built this school. I will name the school. They can associate and relate with the schools or the projects that I've done. Nobody thinks evil about me in my place. So I said, we're going there. Let me see the kidnapper or the bandit that will come and take Dennis Agbo. What are you taking me for? Is it for the bad I've done or for the good I have done? So we went, and then going, I had to show my people that, look, I mean this thing to the best of my intentions. So I went with my first son. He is schooling now in the UK. We went together. So, and on our way going, the car broke down. We had to come out from the vehicle. And that was in the midst of these bandits. And but they were watching us from their hideout, from their den, and they must have asked among themselves, who is this person coming in here? And they say it's Dennis Agbo. And they say, look, leave that one alone. I didn't feel there was nothing like anybody bothering us. Nobody bothered us. Nobody disturbed us. They watched us. We finished cutting trees and putting on the road to enable the cars to pass. And we passed, and we continued to where we went to for the campaign. We campaigned successfully. And the people, you can imagine the excitement. I was the only person who ever came there to campaign. No other person did. So today, I am one with them. And they know how and why they can say that I'm one with them. Nobody else can claim that. So if this thing about serving, it takes some of that kind of engagement with your people. Extreme engagement.
Okay. What is your plan if your opponent, I'm talking about Atigwe, Honorable Atigwe, if he appeals, what is your plan?
My plan would be to meet him in court. If he appeals, we'll meet in court. And, for me, I have found out that if we have to repair our society, it will take some of this work. Okay? For my election to just become a candidate, I went to the court 7 times. I went to the Supreme Court 2 times. I went to the appeal court, this appeal court they are talking about. I went there 2 times. I went to the High Court 3 times. That's how many times and I won all those 7 cases, back to back. Okay, because I will, like I said, I will not take what does not belong to me. But if you want to take what belongs to me, I will fight for it. So if they decide to go on appeal, I'll go and meet them. One thing is true. I will not even go to a family meeting, not to talk of a court, if I lost an election. I won't even complain to a neighbor. I'll walk away. But if I have won an election and there's a threat to take that mandate, I will fight it with everything that I've got, because my people expect me to do that. And okay, yesterday when this judgment was given in my favor, and I was declared the rightfully elected candidate or member for my federal constituency, come and see the spontaneous joy in my town, in the two local governments, everywhere. People were doing cannon shots. People were buying drink, thanking God, going to church, going to mountain, praising God, singing, praising, feeling happy. Everybody, the whole people in my constituency, they were all excited. They were filled with joy. Now, for that joy in the hearts of my people, on their faces, the smile and laughter on their faces, I can do anything. So going to appeal court is normal. If that's the process of ascertaining that, yes, this mandate is mine. Okay? Now, and I hope you know how we came here, so that it's not like I am anxious at what will happen in appeal court. There can only be one thing that will happen. That's confirmation of my mandate. That's the only thing that will happen. You know, and in all of this, I have God with me, and I take that seriously. I take that one seriously. It's an advantage I have. So I have no fear in my mind at all. I fear only one person. I fear God, and when I fear him, I have no other fear in my mind. Okay. So we'll meet them in court. And by the way, even certain issues that I'm not happy with that judgment, I'm going to cross appeal. So they're going to appeal. Me too, I'm going to appeal. Even though I want but certain things need to be put right. Certain pronouncements of the tribunal that I don't agree with, I'm still going to cross appeal. That is how serious it is. Because we are building our electoral jurisprudence. So as we are going, we are picking the experience, we are trying to correct things. Even my experiences on all this journey will form a mandate I have, even when I go back to the House of Representatives, in terms of making laws and legislation.
Okay. I would ask the next question. Are you going to return to the House immediately, or will you wait after the appeal?
I want to return. The order of the court is very clear that a certificate of return should be issued to me immediately, and that I should be sworn in and inaugurated into the Federal House of Representatives. So I expect that my swearing in should be immediate. If because the other candidate wants to go to appeal, and
not actually yet assumed when there was a particular, will I say, bill of some sort that was passed for the legislators, as in talking about slashing their salaries to half. And what is your take on that?
It's a token, but it's just like to indicate that, okay, the National Assembly want to be in solidarity with the Nigerian people. Things are hard, that this is what we can also do. But I want to say it's just like a token. More can be done. More can be done. More and much more can be done. It's not, well, how much is our salary? Our salary is small.
How much is it?
My salary as at the time is not more than 650,000 naira in a month, and then they take the tax. So if you talk of half of it, about 200 and something thousand, it's really nothing, because they talked about salaries.
Okay. So talking about representation,
That's 650 in a month.
Okay, that means it's like over 300 plus. If you're to cut the salary.
But I bet you have not removed the tax. If you remove the tax, it may be less. That's why I say 200 and something thousand.
Okay. So talking about representation, before you got this far and you got this victory, you knew there were oppositions. Are you going to be, what kind of representation are you going to be doing? Would you carry everybody along, including those that fought against you, or would you segregate?
See,
you know, there's a saying that it says you dine with the you keep the devil at a distance. So we want to know
the thing is, I'm going to represent everybody, and my people know that I represent everybody. Some people say this is a game, and I don't like this kind. I don't like playing the politics in this kind of way. So we want to, clean up our mandate, confirm our mandate, affirm our mandate. But after that, we go to work. Our people know that I work for them. They know that this 1 year they have lost a lot. I was inaugurated into the National Assembly in June last year. And by November, when I left my seat in the National Assembly for all these troubles, I had constructed 2 classroom blocks, started from foundation and finished it. One in Oda, one in Umobego. It was rainy season at that time. I was barely saying, so help me God, at my inauguration. And they told me that a classroom block had fallen and children were schooling under the tree. I had to shop around the whole federal ministries and agencies to get an agency that will help me construct the classroom back. So within, let's say, the first month, at the end of the first month or the beginning of the second month of my being in the house, they were already laying the foundation to construct a classroom. And it was finished, plastered, painted, tiled, sealed, everything completed, and then the classroom was handed over to the community. That was done. Then the other one again, the next community now came and said, okay, we have a dormitory. The students don't live in dormitories again. We want to use that dormitory for an examination hall. So to convert that dormitory, we had to pull it down because it was even descriptive. We pulled it down, reconstructed a brand new examination hall. It was also finished, done with, painted, tiled, sealed, finished. Before that November. Before that November, another community called Umagwedeg, they came, that they have made some community efforts to do rural education for themselves. And I say, how far have you gone? They say, okay, they are just looking for a transformer. I purchased a transformer for them with which they were able to complete their rural education project in Umagwedeg. The same thing happened at Umadonowo. They came, almost the same problem. I gave them a transformer with which they completed their rural education project. At the same period, again, within the same 6 months or 5 months, if you go to Boleke, from the market, a distance of about 1.5 kilometers to the church, St. Patrick's, the whole church compound have put solar street lights there that lights the compound completely in the night. Then from the market to that college. It was when we were doing campaigns, and we had to come to this particular church in the night, conducting our campaign, that I looked at such a massive school to be in that state of darkness, no light, no electricity connection there. So I now said, okay, when I get into the House of Reps, this is one of the very first things I'm going to do. So putting solar street lights and lighting that entire compound of St. Patrick's was part of the things I also did within the same period. And so on and so forth. So those 5 projects, the 2 classroom blocks, the 2 electricity projects, and the solar street light project, all of them were completed within 5 months. Now, so you can imagine if I have been there for the last 1 year or almost 1 year, this is the way projects will be rising around the constituency. Rising for people in Labour Party, people in PDP, people in other APC, other political parties. The delivery of dividends of democracy does not recognize party. Everybody is a member of the constituency. You can belong to your political party, but you go to the same school that I built. I built a technical college, finished in my first tenure, which everybody attend. Everybody attends the school, whether you are from Labour Party or whether from APC or PDP. Everybody goes to school. So I serve everybody, and our people actually know. I don't play too much of politics. If anything, I'm in a hurry to deliver service. I'm not in a hurry to play politics. But our people know that the best politics you can play is the politics of service. So you could also say that I understand my politics very well. But I play politics through service. And that is the most enduring kind of politics you can play.
Okay, talking about bandits, you did mention about the fact that a section of that constituency has bandits. What is your plan as regards
okay, let me tell you
that?
This visit to that community that was besieged was when I was conducting my campaign. Immediately I won the election in June. I won it in February. We were inaugurated in June, and I came into office. Everything about banditry started disappearing. They started, because I was away from office for 4 years. Then we started talking about banditry within my constituency. When I came into office without shooting a gun, without raising a finger, everything started disappearing. Security came back. Young men were not being killed again. Nobody, all those criminality, they all started disappearing. Why? Because the man of peace has come. I have nothing to do with crime. I don't send children or young people to go and do crime. And without even holding a town hall meeting, everything started disappearing. And I tell you, if I had remained in office till now we will not be talking about anything about young men in the bush would have come out and taken an enterprise, taken up something to do, find them something to do. And that is my responsibility.
So you think it's because they didn't have a proper leader?
Thank you. They also didn't have a good leader. They didn't have a good leader. They have people who think that they have to muzzle, force people. They don't have the culture of tolerance. They think that it's take it or leave it. No, you have to build a consensus. Consensus building is the responsibility of a leader, and you have to show by examples. It's not a do or die. You have to teach I was a banker. I left the bank as a general manager before I got into government to serve as a commissioner to come. So I want young people to also experience a life of career, a career life. They don't have to get into criminality or to banditry they are entitled to a good life. And it is the responsibility of all the leaders to guide them so that they can have the good life. They can discover what they can do with their life and actualize themselves. So when leaders are not doing that and they are carrying people to stand behind them like this, I mean, when I get into office, I find young people who come to me and say, if I'm coming home, you tell us so that I can come and receive you. I say, no. That's not what you are supposed to be doing. I said, what do you do now? I mean, IMT, I finished from IMT, but I don't have money to do my clearance. I would have gone for you service. I said, okay, this person, this is my PA or whoever, go with this man, calculate how much is this clearance money he's looking for. We'll give him the money, he will go for his youth service. He's not supposed to be walking behind me. He's not supposed to be waiting for me to start walking in front of me. That is not, I don't need anybody to do that for me. If I need security, the security agencies are there. But my young people are supposed to be in school, be in the bank, be teachers, be, whatever you want to do. Drivers, bricklayers, construction workers, engineers, architects, that's what young people are supposed to be. I am an accountant, and I've actualized myself. So why should I be telling a young man to come and stand behind me? That's not what you are born to do. You are supposed to actualize yourself, be a media person like you. And I have a very comprehensive plan to guide people to do that. Guide people into their profession, into their different enterprises that they can go into. It is part of the core of my constituency intervention.
So you feel that the leadership they had before was more like a subterfuge?
What I mean is that the leaders they had were people who never thought that these people are entitled to a good life. They thought that because they are leaders, they lord it over the other people, that they are a superior type of being. No, nothing makes us superior. Nothing makes us superior. If anything, we the leaders are supposed to be servants. And the best way to lead is to be a servant leader. The best way to play politics is to play the politics of service. I have played it. People didn't understand it initially. Now they understand it. Now they know it is the thing that endures. Today, somebody called me on phone. The same person, one of the two people that used to come to me and say, when you are coming, you tell us. He called me. He was rejoicing with me. Because they know that I don't pretend about these things. I mean it. That is me. I don't guide people to criminality. I don't do it. It is wicked. It's a sin before God. So I guide young people. I teach you how to conduct your life, how to manage your time, how to use your resources, how to be a responsible member of society, how to actualize a purpose for your life. God has a purpose for everybody. God has a purpose for people. And the purpose of God for everybody is good. Excellent purpose. So it's for us to discover that purpose and work with God to actualize that purpose. And we the leaders guide people to discover their purpose and to go ahead and fulfill it. That's what I do.
So now that you said that you've won, what will be your focus? Seeing that you've lost more or less, say, a year. So you have 3 years. So what will be your focus now?
Unfortunately for us in the legislature, we don't recover tenure. So I have just a balance of about barely have a balance of 3 years. Okay. I have my program clearly worked out before this disruption. I will just go back to where I stopped and continue. It is exciting to know that since this judgment was given yesterday, agencies of government, ministries of government, they have been calling me to rejoice. Director generals of agencies, because I don't get lazy. I work, and I work with these agencies. I work with them to enable them realize and perform their mandates, the mandate of their agency. Many of them have already keyed in when I came in for this other tenure, when I was inaugurated last year. They've already come in. We've already created programs. We're already working on them. Now this disruption came and it was like they were even more devastated than myself. So immediately they started reading in social media that I'm back. All of them started calling back. They are calling back and they can't wait for the work to start. And we'll continue because this country has a problem. We have issues. And it is for us to solve the problem. Leaders solve problems. It is not spirits that come to solve problems. And when I was in my first tenure, and we had this issue of herdsmen, banditry, and all of that, I created a legislative intervention in that regard. I knew that it's about the problem between the farmers and the herders. Because they roam and they match the crops of farmers, and then there's conflict, and then the people are killed, people die. Sometimes the bandits, the terrorists, infiltrate the ranks of the herders to conduct because in the night when people are moving with some few cattle, like you don't know whether they are actually herders or whether they are terrorists moving from one part of the country to the other. And I asked myself, in other climes where people achieve high level of animal husbandry, do they roam? Do they move from place to place? The answer is no. In Australia, in Ireland, in UK, in America, they don't move. They stay in one place. How then do they do it? They transform their animal husbandry system. They modernize it through artificial insemination, through the food, that's the grass the grazing stock. Okay? And all of that. Then the baling, all the things you use to harvest the feed of the grass, and then feed it to the animal, fortify it, and so on and so forth. Blend the types of nutritious grass, legumes, carbohydrate, and all of those things. You combine them. Make sure that when these animals eat these things, they grow fat. And don't forget, when an animal eats the grass or eats food and is walking along the whole stretch, trekking from northern Nigeria to southern Nigeria, the whole thing is burnt. So we don't even conserve the nutrients to make the animal grow and produce meat. Because they are roaming, our milk production is almost zero. And I checked in the whole world that we have all the trouble, but that we don't even rank among the first 10, whether in meat production or in milk production. But look at the transformation that happened in Rwanda. The Hutus and the Tutsis are the same herders and the farmers. The Hutus are the herders. The Tutsis are the farmers. So the same thing that caused a pogrom there was the same problem we're having here. What did they do? They transformed the animal husbandry system. They ranch the animals. They stay in one place. And now they've become a tourist destination in Africa, one of the most progressive states. So I'm going to go back and get busy with, there are programs I'm working. Now today, the country is grappling with hunger, starvation, shortage of food, food insecurity. Now, I know what to do. I know what to do. I have a farm. In fact, my core of job creation, economic empowerment of my people this time around is about the development of a poultry cluster within my constituency. In a poultry cluster, you need to have a hatchery, you need to have a feed mill, you need to have a processing facility to process the meat. Okay? And you need to have an off-taking arrangement. Then you need to be able to train the band of smallholder farmers. Then you need to give them some kind of microcredit. These are the things required. And I have it worked out. I'm already working, the people calling, part of the people calling me now, are people I'm working with to implement a hatchery within my constituency, because there's no hatchery actually, no standard hatchery within the entire Southeast. For you to buy a day-old chick, DOC, you have to go as far as Ogun State, Oyo State, Kaduna State, and so on. This is where you can get a DOC. When you buy DOCs from there, before you get your mortality would have consumed a number of those chicks. Now, we want to have a hatchery within the constituency where people can just shift and buy 400 beds and go behind their house and conduct a poultry farm. If they do 400 beds and they earn 500 naira per bed at maturity, that is 200,000. How many people? The minimum wage in Nigeria now is 70,000. And it is not 500 naira they will make. Now, the person can have 400 beds in 2 months maturity. After a while, the person can have 2 cycles of 400 beds maturities, so that he can be having monthly maturities of 400 beds per month. So the person makes an income, legitimate income, with pride, with dignity, of 200,000 naira every month. Everybody that works with me, my so-called political associates, I tell everybody, have another address. Politics is not a profession. I have finished a career before I came into government. And I use the word government carefully, because I prefer to say government than to say politics. Politics means nothing. It's the way to get into government. So we talk about government, but people say they are professional politicians. I don't know what they mean by that. So I talk about government. Before I got into government, I have garnered my experience, my self-confidence, my network, nationally, internationally. I've done what I call achievements in my life. I've accomplished them. Then those things recommended me to now come and lend service to my state. Like I said, in 2003, that's 21 years ago, I left UBA as a general manager. So, by now, I should be part of the people trying to contribute to how do we move Nigeria forward. If you try to do it from the private sector, you might not be able to do as much as you can do from the public sector. That is why we are in government. Government gives you a wider sphere of influence to impact more lives. But it's about impacting lives. It's not about oppressing people. It's not about leading people the wrong direction. It's not about administering oath to a counselor that wants to, the young man that wants to be a counselor. You can come and swear oath. Oath for what? Oath of allegiance? To who? To me or to God? Owe your allegiance to God. If I help you today and you say you want to forget tomorrow, so be it. Nobody is a slave to me. Nobody. I was not a slave to anybody. And I'm not even a slave to anybody today. We are all under God, and that is how it's supposed to be.
Okay. So, matching with that, that means what they call political godfather. You don't have a political godfather.
I have only one godfather in heaven. Okay. I'm telling you. And I'm serious. And I want everybody to know it doesn't even pay to think you want to be anybody's godfather. Look at the trouble, unnecessary trouble, I call it, that we have in Rivers State. Unnecessary. If you finish your tenure, for goodness sake, you turn your back and go. I was a commissioner here. By the time I finished the first tenure of the government, I returned to my office. During that time, we were playing politics before the new tenure of the same government was inaugurated. I was already back into what I was doing. Then they called me back. Oh, you've been reappointed. Then rumors started. They want to make him governor. I said, look, I have something to do. I have something to do. When I'm in government, I apply myself fully. God is my witness. The permanent secretary can bear me out of my ministry that time. I was running my ministry with my personal money. I'm not lying. I'm telling you. Your Oga knows because we're in government together. He knows I ran my ministry with my money. So that is me. So government is not something you want to hug and hold and you don't even want anybody to come near. No. Because it's not a place to enjoy. If you want to make money, there's a private sector with limitless opportunities. They don't have salary for a private sector businessman. You make as much money as you want to make. If I breed 1,000 birds this month, and I make 500 naira on them, and I make 500,000 on them, okay? Then next month I can decide I'm going to do 10,000 birds. I'm making 500 naira on each. I'll make 5 million in a month, which the state will get 5 million in a month if it is your income, so to speak. That is why when I also am in government, I recognize the difference between my salary and my constituency running cost. Constituency running cost is supposed to be applied to running the constituency. I used to tell people, if you go to the ENUGU Technical College that I built for over 100 million, there is no budget item in the Federal Republic of Nigeria that says ENUGU Technical College because I built it out of my constituency running cost. It's not supposed to be pocketed. So that's where I was saying, when you talk about salary, 50% of salary, blah, 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 and I say it's not much.
You know, there are cases where you have leaders live outside their constituency, live outside where they are living. What do you say to that? Leaders, for instance, you have a local government chairman of, say, town A, local government A, and the particular chairman is living in local government C.
It is bad. It is wrong. Very, very wrong. For me, I conduct the National Assembly business in Abuja, but I have a constituency I'm representing back here. That means I have two homes, so to speak, because Tuesdays to Thursdays, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we are sitting. Okay? Mondays, we go back. We sit Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, we come back. That's how it goes. So In that case, you can be looking for me here. You will not see me between Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But otherwise, we are supposed to be here with our constituents, understanding their problems, being with them, getting to know them, getting to encourage them. Times are hard, and people need encouragement.
You did mention about the fact that, well, your son is okay. Before I get to that, all the hassles that have happened, with the politics, like they call it, the drag to court, appeal court, and back. Did it make you lose interest in government at any point?
Sometimes you ask sometimes you really ask yourself, is this thing worth it? But if you are truthful to yourself, you will come to the conclusion that it is worth it. Yes. It is worth it, because what is the alternative? To allow people who should be bandits to be in government. Because you are thinking you are too decent to be there. Sometimes I feel, oh, is it worth it? You have this beautiful office as a banker, blah, blah, blah. You want to just be in your comfort zone, air-conditioned office. But then what will happen to the constituents? You see the degeneration of political thinking. People are beginning to look at politics wrongly. They are talking about oppression of the repression of the people. An individual creates a private detention camp. He puts people of my constituency there. He ties a woman's hand behind her back. You create a private army. Should we watch these things and just say, we are too decent for this? No. Should we watch our place that doesn't have any development project going on, and somebody is representing the place? And our people have, most importantly, they've said, look, Oga, we want you to represent us. Should I shy away and say, no, that thing is dirty, I'm not cut out for this? No. No. My father was a decent man, also civil servant, fit and proper. A time came, the call of duty came upon him. And while he was discharging that call of duty for our people, he died. So I used to tell my people, I have not even come to the point of dying. My father laid his life for my people. So I will do the most that I can. And God has blessed me, by the way. What else would anybody wish for in life that I don't have? What else? I have a fulfilled career. If you talk about my life history, I'm telling you, you think I have lived 3 times. You think I have lived 3 times. Is it my life in business? Is it my career, my banking career? Is it government? You think I have lived 3 times over and over again? Because now I've garnered a lot of experience in this government business. If you ask me about my business, if you talk about my business from now, we'll be talking about it tomorrow. Because I've done business and I've done well in my business. I understand business. I'm a trained accountant. But I've also accomplished a career in banking. So what else do I want in this life? I have children that are getting good education and looking up to me, understanding values about life. I'm teaching them godliness, values. I'm giving them a good education. So preparing them to face their own future. What else do I want? I have a lovely wife who is behind me in all of these things, who has come to become one with me in what I'm doing. She now understands, because sometimes women don't understand what their husband is. We understand where we are going. When we bring money, when we earn money, we know that some of this money is for the church. Some of this money is for scholarship. Some of this money is for giving to charity. Because that money can purchase us very lavish holidays in Hawaii. My wife, a woman can think like that. But my wife knows that, look, this man knows that part of this money, a good part of it, will go to charity, will go to the church, will go to God's work, will go to scholarships. Scholarship don't purchase me any luxury or any comfort. No. But somehow we still get by. What do I want in this world? There's nothing I want. Food I have. And I don't think, look, for you to live in Nigeria and you don't think about food and food is available, it's a lot of grace. Because some people have to think hard before their night meal comes. We are trying, we leaders should be working and doing everything that we can to reduce that number of people that go to bed hungry. Working to make sure that cost of food comes down. Working to make sure that people don't have to think hard before they can have food to eat. Food is always affordable every other part of this world. I don't know how we came to where we are now in Nigeria. That a country as vast, as blessed, with good weather, soil, climate, and everything, can be having food shortage. I don't know. It shouldn't exist at all. And let me say this before I leave that point. I was listening to somebody on TV, and the person has information. It's not just somebody talking. He has information. And he said that the oil of our country has been sold. The previous administration has sold the whole oil of this country to the end of this present administration. And this present administration is now selling the oil for future generations to come. Mortgaging it in forward contracts, mortgaging it in borrowing money, and so on and so on. There must be. Sensible leaders have to discover another source of income for this nation. If we continue to think about oil, we are lazy in the head. Our agriculture can give us 10 times what we get in the oil and gas industry. That is the truth. So we need to think outside the box. We need to begin to do things, innovative things to do. There are so many things that we can do. How about our solid minerals? We're not even thinking about it.
Okay, you did mention about bad roads. What are your moves towards the bad roads in your constituency?
It is terrible. It is a shame that a country as blessed as we are should be having the kind of roads we have, especially, some of these major federal highways. Now, so immediately I got back to the 10th Assembly. I said, no, this thing shouldn't be the case. I moved a motion in the House of Representatives for the immediate rehabilitation and reconstruction of the road. It's a stretch going from Abuja, Kefi, Lafia, Akwanga, Makodi, Otukpo, Obolafo, 9th Mile, and Enugu. It terminates in Enugu. That's the stretch of the road. Now, I discovered when I started making the inquiries that a contract has been awarded to a company called Chinese Harbour Engineering, CHE. They've started from the Abuja end, and they were somewhere in Nasarawa State. But the road had become so unserviceable that now travelers have to abandon the entire stretch from Otukpa to Obolafo to 9th Mile. They detour to other local roads, exposing the passengers to dangers, criminality, and so on and so forth, and now going to spoil the other fragile state roads that are in the hinterland. So I moved the motion that, look, in as much as you are coming with this other major project, you need to conduct a palliative maintenance, a remedial work, while the major contract is progressing. Come and do a remedial maintenance so that people can have road to drive on. That was the essence of that motion that I presented in the House of Reps. And I didn't want it to just be a motion. The next moment, I was going to call on the door of the Minister for Works, and he happened to be somebody from this southeast who understands the importance of that road. He understands how strategic the road is. I was going to call and stay in his office, bother him, bother the Minister of Finance, bother everybody that needs to be bothered. Because in Nigeria, it's really a share of the national cake. You need to try to struggle and get your own share. If I have been in the office for the past 1 year, I can tell you there would have been a difference in that road. There must have been a difference, or that otherwise we will be asking ourselves what is happening, what have we done with every naira we have earned in this, because my people also have to have a share. You don't want to think about what that road looks like, coming from 9th Mile to P, to Bolafo, to Tukpa, to Tukpo, to Makodi.
So you're in the office now. Is it given that you're in the office now?
Yeah.
What would you do?
I'm going back to the same project. I will go to the senator, myself, all the House of Reps members, that are in that stretch. By the way, when I did that motion, okay, I recruited the other House of Representatives to come. Look, this road is the most important thing we have come here to do. Come and sign off on this motion. Let us move it. And they did. And then I led the motion. I presented the motion. I will go back and recruit everybody again. Why is it that in the last 1 year we have not seen substantial progress? If we don't find a good reason, then we go calling on doors, knocking on doors. There's no need answering a minister, and then you are from this part, and then years will pass, and we are not seeing the impact. You have, or it's either one thing or one thing will happen, or the other will give. Okay. Because if you are not working, people have to know that you are not working.
Okay. You did mention the fact that your son is schooling in the UK, and well, it's not, one would not say, but you know, there is so much, people have plenty agitations of leaders leaving ordinary Nigerians to school here whilst their kids are schooling abroad. What do you say to that, and why is your son schooling abroad?
When I went to school, I was trained by a widow. My father died early, like I said here. My father died early. My mother was having to raise 8 children, but she made sure that I attended University of Nigeria. University of Nigeria. With 5 kobo meal tickets. 5 kobo meal tickets. We buy it at the beginning of the year. You just buy a whole bunch of meal tickets. You come to the gate of Ekpo Ref or Maria Makeba refectory, you tear one and give to the gate man. You enter there and you ate everything you wanted to eat. In my room in Marere Hall, I was in the E wing initially. I went to F wing. In E wing, we were 3 in a room. Later on, in EF, when you get to 3rd year, final year, you go to F wing, you are 2 in a room.
What year was that, so that we keep up to date?
Okay. I went into the university in 1982.
Okay.
So that, if you ask, that was what the situation. Yes. Now, I go to the university, and you see like 16 people in one room. 16 students. There will be nothing I'm doing in this world if I let my child go attend that kind of place. Now, I'm coming. Then it should place the burden on me that, look, something needs to be done. If what we are getting now is not education, where you pack 16 children in one room. Therefore, if you make me the chairman, House Committee on Education, things must change. Don't forget, I have intervened in the area of education, primarily and principally. I've built schools. I've built brand new schools. I've built blocks of classrooms in schools. I'm trying to do my utmost best to make sure that the situation changes. And as I get a more pedestal to influence things in society, I am going to make sure that children of Nigeria must get the kind of education we got in those days. How we got here, I don't know. But every leader must feel the urgency to turn things around. Now, you ask me, how do we? It is not easy to send your children to send your children abroad now. Very, very difficult. Look at the exchange rate. Look at the exchange rate. Now, I may not be able to send any of my children again out. But if I can afford it out of my legitimate income, I would like to give them because if you don't have education, if you think education is expensive, try illiteracy. Your children will not be confident. I am a very confident person. Apart from godliness that makes me confident, I have a good education. A good education. A good education. So I want to give my children a good education. I want to make sure that academic calendar can be predicted. You can predict that somebody is going into a 4-year course, and after 4 years, the person will graduate. It is when we realize that things are bad that we seek to how to solve it. Food is another critical thing. We need to solve it. and so on and so forth.
You did mention the fact that our educational system
Yes.
is dilapidated.
Yes.
What are you going to do to correct it?
I've spoken about my intervention in the area of education.
Yes.
Go to ENUGU Technical College today, which I built. It is the best technical college in Enugu State today. Go there, don't believe my story. Go and verify.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. I don't know if you have any final or last words because we're...
I want to thank my people. Thank the people of my constituency, the ways and not to the federal constituency. I want to thank them for their patience. Thank them for all their patience and support and solidarity. I want to thank them for the kind of spontaneous celebration they went into when the judgment came yesterday in my favor. I want to thank them. It means that these people are with me. And it challenges me to continue this work that we are doing for our people. It will not stop. I will double my efforts, and that's the message I have for them. Thank them. I thank them. I thank them. And I thank God Almighty. He is God Almighty. He can do all things. The miracle of this judgment, the miracle of this judgment cannot be told in an interview like this.
What's your inspiration? Last.
This inspiration for this?
Inspiration for everything you do.
It's God.
Thank you so
I
much.
draw my inspiration from the scriptures.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Honorable Nnamdi Dennis Abo. It's been an amazing time we just we spent with you, and we believe that moving forward, that beyond saying things, like you're trying to leave a mark, that you're not just going to be the politicians or a leader that just speaks without acting, that God will also back you up to fulfill every of the mandates you've carried out, and your heart will be brought bare to light. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Hello, welcome to Signature Unscripted. With me in the studio, I'm Chokode Madako. With me in the studio,
Confidential.
and today we'll be looking at some certain issues. You know that in Nigeria, Nigeria is a story itself. Today, the other time I heard that somebody climbed
Max
communication marks, and the people were like begging him to come down, you know, pleading with him to come down, and immediately he came down, the police arrested him. What do you have to say?
Let me first of all, I want to understand the reason why he went up, first of all. Like you said, Nigeria is a story on its own. Now, there is hardship. Everywhere is very hard, everywhere is strong. And someone climbed Max to commit suicide. And when you people begged him, you guys still arrested him. So it means that in my country, again, you can't die in peace. You can't just decide to kill yourself and die in peace.
The thing is that what you understand is that you are the government's property. As a human being, as a citizen of Nigeria, under the law, you are the government's property. So committing suicide is a crime. It's a crime against the state.
So what if I committed so successfully? Will I still have a penalty?
And also, you should not. Your mind should not change. If you had the mind to commit, you should not change because you would go to kirikiri.
Okay, but I have a question here. You know, I am always disturbed. Committing crime, you rightly said, is a crime. Yeah. We know because the Constitution of Nigeria gives right to live and not right to take life. Yeah. That same Constitution, I think, still gives the government the right to treat the citizens very well, to govern well. But in a situation whereby they are making policies that don't favor the citizens, don't they have right to a kind of say, I'm tired of living, since everything is expensive, since I cannot afford to no food, nothing. Don't you think they have right to do that?
And the thing is that rights and laws are only for the poor.
Okay.
You understand?
So you're saying as a rich man, I can kill myself?
You can kill yourself and nothing will happen. The problem is not killing yourself. The problem is changing your mind from not killing yourself at the end of the day, because if you change your mind, you would be sent
to kirikiri.
Yes.
But confidential here. You know that in this confidence, there are things we do that sometimes I don't understand. Somebody climbed, that is to express his feelings. That things are not moving well. And I don't know whether, as of that time, whether the man has eaten. Maybe he climbed to that place now for people to, you know, beg him and say, Oga, are you hungry?
Come down and eat.
Come down, seafood, eat. You understand?
Yeah.
Then the police came
at
that point. Watching people begging somebody to come down
and you see arrest him.
Instead of the police, for me, I think that police could have a kind of, okay, you don't need to kill yourself, you know, this kind of a thing, because in a situation, there will be a moment now, maybe something like that repeats itself sometime, and they are begging the person, immediately he sees police,
he will jump and
say,
okay,
after all, the other person got arrested because, so, I don't think it's
See, I wanted to say something. I wanted to say, instead of sending people to kirikiri, they should check their mental state. But I also discovered that I don't think we are okay in this country because of the hardship. And if you can't provide for your citizens adequately, what makes you think you provide for someone that has already made up his mind to kill himself? So, like, all these things boils down to the situation of right now is not easy. You were telling me the other time that you went to buy something, and before you could go and come back, more than 100 people have asked you for help. You understand? So I think we have a problem. We have a big problem.
Okay, talking about this hardship, bros. How do you even cope in your own side?
Bro, I don't know. For a 24, 25, 26-year-old who is starting life, how he's going to start the life, because he choke. I won't even lie.
What in they choke like this?
Bro,
Na bicycle or
he choke we be say feeding hard. Shelter. Do you know how much rent is now? You can't even see an affordable place for 400. They will add lawyer fee, agent fee, chemical, security, community, neighborhood fee. You're seeing that you're paying close to 700, 800,000 for someone that has no job. Are you seeing the madness?
Do you know? That was this was my friend. With this one of my friends, he was looking for a house, and I think he got a house. He got a space somewhere at Abani Road, and they started adding fees. They said lawyer fees. I said, oh, "Madam, wait, we won't commit any crime here. No, remove lawyer fee." They said this one. I said, "Forget it. Just how much is your rent? Forget all this lawyer agent. We don't need agents." Because the funniest part of it is that we didn't come with, we found the house for ourselves.
Yes.
So no, there was nothing like agent. So why are they adding
agency?
That's a confidential. That's telling you that we Nigerians, we contribute heavily to this problem.
Yes.
See, I was telling you earlier that we were talking about the hardship already. You understand? So I was telling you that we are locked in the system. You told me something earlier. You said you go to school, after the hustles and puzzles, you come out and you can't even get the job.
Of course.
And I told you that the problem, some people call it the matrix. Yeah. Before the government helps us, we need to help ourselves. You understand? We are so buried into this system that this system is controlling us. Now, let's say I come from a family where they say I must be a doctor, an engineer, and they sponsor me to school. And maybe deep down inside me, that's not what I want to do. And maybe I come out, and the country hits me now. I no can't get job. Now, we are talking about learning a skill. I try to learn skill, and I don't have enough money to finance the skill I learned. And everything. You see, I'm still, at the end of the day, I'm trapped in this system. I'm in the rat race. I'm always looking for help. So I just think that for me, we should try to look deep inside. Like I was telling you, we look into the mirror and lie to ourselves. That's the biggest problem we have as human beings. We can't say this is this. We look into the mirror, still lie at ourselves, and it's very bad.
Okay, bros, you know, we all know, we are aware that in Kenya, I think last week or last 2 weeks, thereabouts, there was people flooded the streets protesting the bad governance. And they, if we are aware of what is flying on the internet today, the Nigerian people, this time I don't think it's only youths, Nigerian people wants to do a protest that they are proposing to start on the 1st of August. So what do you think? Do you think that protest alone is necessary?
You go the beat person, the knock person something for head, expect making no stand up, run or react. It has gotten to that point. If I can get fuel, that I know that if you backdated it, I can get fuel at 79, 80 naira. And now I'm struggling to get that fuel. If I see 850, I'll be happy. What tells you that maybe in the next 6 months we cannot go to 5,000 naira? You understand? So now, even feeding is very hard. Do you expect us to sit down and not do anything about that? Jokes apart, this is a very serious thing. Like the riots you were talking about. The Kenyans that did the riots were like, do you think we are Nigerians that take everything subtle? You see, so it has gotten to the point that we are now made caricature to the point that they know that anything can go here. It's a problem, a big problem. So I don't know for you, I don't know. Even if I ask whether you will come out for protest.
So are you joining the protest?
The thing is, you understand laws and protests in Nigeria.
It's like you're a lawyer, or your father is a lawyer. You see, you quote law a lot here.
No, the thing is that, yeah, I'm a lawyer.
Okay, you're a lawyer.
I'm a lawyer.
Okay.
You understand? So the thing is that laws and protests, for instance, protests organized in Nigeria must be peaceful and not violent.
Okay.
So whenever a bottle is broken, it has
turned to violent
and
protests.
like that, the government can make it turns to state of emergency. That means you roll out the army and armed forces. That's why they infiltrate the protests through their thugs and street boys. Like some of the viral videos that happened in 2020 where some thugs were seen coming out from an SUV. I don't know if you saw that video because I saw that video where some thugs who were coming out from with someone allegedly to be a DSS official on black suits, their normal attire, with the thugs coming out from the SUV on weapons.
Mob level.
You get? So you see that our laws are part of what is holding us down.
So do you think you can
it's rooted?
For me, because if we instigate that any form of a reaction that instigates violence, it's a state of emergency. Don't you think it's time to even go in for that war? Because no, I'm serious. I'm saying from my own feeling.
No, it's not time to go into. But
it's time because people they die for house.
What we should understand as citizens in a country like Nigeria should be is that we should understand, like what I told you earlier. Yeah. I'm seeing Nigeria or a country as an organization in charge of both finance and everything. Starts to do something else. What do? You
shun him now.
Is it not the members rise up and say, no, this is not to it? I am calling lawyer. See here, you see that protest? It's necessary.
The thing is, it's not just
even though let me tell you what is going to happen in that protest. You see the elites, these government officials, they will be the people to buy some talks, to come in to hijack it, just like they did in during 2020 during the NSAS. Yes. They will pay them. They come in, hijack the dating, and tell me that it has become violent. But this time, I don't think we need to go back or need to stop, because enough is enough. As we are sitting down in this studio right now, I'm thinking of how to go home. But it's true. I'm thinking of how to go home. Seriously, because nothing is easy. If you want to
amenities.
Imagine.
Nothing.
See, I remember then 2000 and when I was still in school. I think 2000 and what? That time, Goodluck was still in power. 100 naira if eating. 150, 200 naira. We were even complaining. We nearly fought one woman because he said we should pay 200 naira for a plate of rice. But today, how much do you pay? Ordinary.
1.5.
It's still cheap in your own side. Where do you live?
Yeah, it's 1.5 for normal players.
That's what I'm saying now. Where I live is 2,000. That's what I'm saying. 2,000 with 1 meat too. Sometimes they will give you a podoko in place of meat.
So which one is the state of emergency now?
So telling us about law. I don't think Nigeria has law now.
See, my problem.
We should be doing away with that law first. See, I'm not saying that we're going to be violent, but these people must be told.
See, I'm just looking at the future, because most of these protests, when they turn into violence, the army tends to come in. You get? Because nobody, we'll all be honest with ourselves. The reason for democracy was that we could organize ourselves properly. But when army steps in, you don't have a right. You get? And they are looking for means to step in. And that means is through our conduct. You get? That's how, obviously, what Nigeria needs now is not a peaceful protest. I won't even lie.
So what are you advising?
So what are you
get to the point.
The advice, to be honest with you, I think it should go violent. Yes.
No. So you are advising us to go violent.
See, I'm not. Listen, calm down,
bro. No. You see violent protests, it won't help.
It won't help.
But what I'm saying
but
is,
even peaceful won't also help. So there's no need for the protest at the end of the day.
Now let's go to the field first.
You've gotten to that field
the prayer of any footballer is it not to score goal?
It's to score goal.
It's when you enter the field, you now see everything play out.
My brother, I think we are deliberating on this issue so much. We have other things to talk about, but right now we'll go on a break, and when we come back, we are going to talk about more interesting stuffs, not peaceful, violent, or. But we must protest.
The thing is that yes, we must protest. But
we must. There's a need for that.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody, and we have been having an amazing time in the studio. Before we went on the break, we were talking about the state of Nigeria economy and the protests coming in. And what I will say is whether protest or no protest, whether a peaceful protest or no peaceful, we just want a good government. We just want things to go okay. This is what we want. My brother, let me talk about another issue, security. You understand? Security is a big problem right now. What's your view on it? What's your take? What can you say about it?
Anyway, what I can say is insecurity in Nigeria is that Nigeria cannot be secured when people are hungry. Boiling down to that previous topic. It can't be. It's because, okay, now, when you don't have anything you're doing, when you're jobless, and you have needs, you have bills that you pay. They say that idle mind is what? The devil's workshop. So in a situation where you don't have anywhere that you wake up in the morning and report to, or go to, or something you go and do, evil things will be coming in your mind, your way. I'm not justifying it though, because nobody has any reason to involve himself into crime, no matter what. No matter what, you don't have any excuse, you don't have any reason. But the government are not doing what they are supposed to do. Not only that. Let me tell you, for instance, now kidnapping. Are you telling me there's something I watched on the internet today? Somebody was saying that whenever kidnappers are caught, whenever they are arrested, they are being arrested, they look wretched and poor. Upon millions and thousands of billions of naira they collect, none of them look rich. None of them look like well-fed. No. So are you telling me that it's not these government officials that are supporting these people? Oga, kidnap the first son of the governor, kidnap the first son of the minister, or the first son of the senator. In the next 24 hours, he's found.
So what are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say that these people are being sponsored. So insecurity are not end in Nigeria until we start to tell ourselves the truth, because people are afraid to talk.
What's your view?
Bro. Bro. The thing that, like, I hate to talk about Nigeria at times because I hate to talk about Nigeria at times because it's hot.
It's your country.
Yeah, I know it's my country, but like whenever I begin to talk about Nigeria, it's just so I've spoken and spoken and spoken and spoken. Nothing is being done. It's just like you complain, and there's no solution to it in sight. Bro, the first and fundamental problem of Nigeria leading down to insecurity is lack of human development. I don't know that you understand. And lack of human development should be seen to be started on time. Not when you're clocking 24 after you finish the university. The university, yes, is part of the human development, but there is something extra. And that extra is something that is in demand. For instance, now, we are in the ICT age. I don't know why a secondary school, an average secondary school has not incorporated some skill, SS2, SS3, that period, and I mean arts and science. They have not incorporated some ICT popular skills like software development, design, marketing, finance, digital marketing. You get those kind of things. I'm very, very sure that if such things were being taught on time, that's when our heads were sharp. That's when our heads are sharp. It's not when you enter university. University, peer pressure will carry you. You understand? You saw bad friends. You saw the natural. You get? So you see that there is a development problem, and development that is not timely. We don't wait to leave university at 24, 25 before we start to look for what we would start to do.
Now, CM, you said something.
Yes.
You talked about ICT.
Yes.
The ICT age. Now, I can go back to when the former president, Buhari, was the president. He said we are lazy. You understand? Nigerians are lazy, and now Nigeria youths are lazy. Now we have been talking about security of the government. Let's bring this down to us as youths. You understand? Are we lazy? And really, now that we are in the social space, the social media, what are we using these tools for? Because I can tell you that we are online, and we are comparing who has a better dress, who wears the better shoe, who rides a better car. What do you have to say about this then? Don't you think we contribute to our problems?
For me,
this social age.
For me, confidential.
Yes, brother.
See, for me, Nigerian youth shouldn't be classified to be lazy. No, we are not lazy at all. Nigerian youth are hustlers. Do you understand? Okay, take for instance, I've not been outside Nigeria before. I've not been to US, I've not been to Canada, I've not been to any part of
Even
the Europe
Ghana.
or Ghana.
Have you been to Ghana?
Let's not go there. Let's not go there. But from what I see online, or what I read online or watch online, you find out that if you can compare the suffering here to the hustling here, no, not suffering, the hustling here to what is happening there, you find out that Nigerian people are not lazy at all. Go to Old Park, go to Holy Ghost, go to New Market, go to Onitsha Market, go to Alaba, go to, what do you call it, this market in Aba. Not Ochanja is in Onitsha.
Okay, Onitsha.
This market, Aba Market. See people hustle. You see people hustle. You cry for the country. We are not lazy. It's just that why they are saying that we are lazy is that because we don't. Some people have not seen that opportunity. Give a Nigerian youth just a single opportunity, just single opportunity, and watch what he does with that opportunity.
So what are we really doing with our media space? I want us to for me as an interaction, let's look at this issue. Like I feel you talked about ICT, and now I feel that talking about these opportunities, the media space, the social media has given. So even when we were talking about the protest, do you know we can start protest online? Do you know it's possible that you can protest online?
The information is even
because
online now.
yes. So I'm saying, how have we used this media space to help ourselves?
I can't just say for real, but let me just reserve my comment for now.
The thing is that I feel that all this thing boils down to leadership, knowing the area or field to delve into.
You're still talking about the government. Don't you? Okay, don't worry.
Yes. It goes down to them. It goes down to them. Yeah, it goes down to them because you cannot do anything if the environment is not conducive.
With your phone?
Bro, even with your phone.
So, like, I have to take permission from the government to tweet something positive.
Bro,
no. Okay, wait.
There are some things that
I don't want
to.
You're making this.
The government.
You're making this too civil.
Yes,
because there was a ban Twitter.
No.
Even
it happens.
Even the time CBN shunned USD.
That's still the problem.
My brothers, are you even saying what we do online?
That's it.
Talk about
what we do online.
Where do you see money to buy the data start doing all those things? Do you know that people? Do you know that people?
We are now trying to.
No. I'm not trying to divert. See, do you know that people? Like, there are some things that people want to do. There's something that you would want to do.
Yeah.
Online, with your phone or with your laptop or with any device you have, but to get the data
access
is a problem.
1 gig.
So when you don't have access to maybe what you want to do. So
I understand where you people are coming from, but those people will get the access to the data. Guy, don't you watch your media space? People? Are you not online? Don't you watch?
I'm not online. I don't have data. Are you online?
I'm online. Thank God, by the grace of God.
Okay, our space now has been infiltrated by people just dancing, shaking bomb.
That's it.
And that is because the education has not. What Nigerians want to see is bomb and.
Do you know why they watch that? Do you know why they watch bomb and tom bomb and all those things? It's because when you're frustrated, when you're angry, that is the only option. Apart from that thing they watch, some people would have died.
Wow.
They use it to forget their sorrow.
So you're saying bomb?
No. I'm not just saying. I'm not just saying that bomb is
going down to effect of wasting of time.
But no, yes.
It's not a wasting of time because by the time you've wasted time that you were supposed to be developing, you start watching bomb.
No.
Yes, now you start watching bomb.
When the society moves well, we give accolades to the government, right?
Yes.
When the thing going bad. We start blaming the government. So no matter how this country turns to be, we blame the government.
Yes,
we blame the government because we blame the leadership. Go to the schools, these government schools, and see the numerous of mess. Sometimes I went to the village. That was my cousin that was in that is still in secondary school. I think primary school. Yes, I went to visit him. They were in the farm. Digging. Did they learn ICT in the farm? Is there any ICT in the farm?
Okay,
my brother, a lawyer. Is there any ICT in the farm?
There's no ICT, but you can incorporate ICT.
It's already there. That's what I wanted to say. Yeah, now, talking about you, okay, that was true. But does he feel that we are limited? Because I don't know, because agriculture is another. If we come down to economic sector, agriculture is something I think we are even lacking. We are going behind. You understand? Now, let me know.
I like that. No, becoming.
I don't want to really put the motion, but I think it's very important because
agriculture, right? Very, very, very important. It's more than important.
So I just think, like, for me, I think can we go? It's not like everybody going back, but if we can, sir, if I think again, I will still limit myself and say, do you know everything revolves around
agriculture?
Like even if I'm going to agriculture, if I'm not eating 3 times a day or 2 times a day,
strength.
how will I have the strength and the finance to still go back?
Or let me tell you, it's not even all about strength, whether you've eaten or not.
Tell me.
My mothers in the village could not go to the farm today. Not that they don't have the strength, but they are scared that when they go, they will be killed.
Security.
Headsman.
Now you they talk that one now.
I
I never mentioned security.
I say you.
Now
It's a security problem.
That is why I said when it goes right, we give accolades to the government. When it goes wrong, it's still the government. There's nothing you tell me today that I will start blaming the citizens. Let the government do their own part first. Let them do their own. They have not provided anything. No security, nothing. You're talking about agriculture. How much is fertilizer?
Issues.
All those farming materials and farming things that they use in farm. How much are they? Can you afford them? Can you buy them? You're talking about hunger. No, hunger is not even the problem when you talk about agriculture. No. You're talking about those resources, those materials needed to cultivate. Can you access them? The question is no. So the government still have a lot of role, a lot of duties. And if I were in their shoes, I would do everything to stop these proposed protests. They know what to do.
Wow.
They know what to do.
I like talking about this protest. I think, but right now, let's go on a break. When we come back, we dissect and see what we need to say more. Thank you.
The dread alarm for where we are staying now has been sounded very, very many years ago. If you take a retrospective view of our nation, you remember we had a first republic that had vision. We had the likes of Sardauna of Sokoto, we have Tafawa Balewa, we have Zik, we had Awolowo, and so on and so forth. These were visionary politicians who were working on political manifesto and agenda. And then we had what we call 5-year development plan, 10-year development, and so on and so forth. Those people were not narrow identity politicians. They were passionate politicians. They were committed politicians. They were not there to satisfy their pockets. They were there to render service to humanity. And by a simple move, you will agree with me that the First Republic politicians left so many legacies. For example, if you talk of Sir Ahmad Bello, yes, he was a conservative. He was seen by many as a religious bigot, but yet he left legacies. What are the legacies? ABU was the legacy. Kaduna Polytechnic was a legacy. There was a Northern Nigerian Development Corporation legacy. There was a Bank of the North, another legacy. These were destroyed by these narrow identity Northern politicians.
Welcome to Signature Unscripted. My name is Charles Olisebuka. Welcome to Signature Unscripted. My name is Charles Olisebuka. With me here is...
I'm Chokode.
Confidential.
All right. So we'll continue from what we
Where we
said.
stopped.
Discussing.
Yeah.
We are talking about agriculture, and I'm not satisfied with.
And
I'm not satisfied at all. I'm not satisfied at all. Okay, I'm sorry. Confidential. Do you know that you nearly made me angry in this studio?
Tell me now.
That we should venture into agriculture.
Yeah, now.
Yeah?
Yes.
Let me tell you. Do you know the cost the cost of the high cost of foodstuffs in the market today? Do you think that people are not into agriculture? Do you think that we don't have people in the north, in the south, in the west cultivating?
See, there is there is low supply of agriculture and high demand of food products.
I disagree with you, my brother. I totally disagree with you. It's not demand. It's the production.
That is the thing now.
No, it's not
That
the
is
thing.
supply.
It's not the thing.
The low production is
Let me tell you, if government had done what they are supposed to do, Nigeria is enough to produce, to cultivate
for the world.
Not just for the world, for even heaven. If there's a way we can transport food from here to heaven, we have done that.
See, apart from the natural resource, crude oil, and if you hear lately, I think they say we are running low on crude now. Did you hear something?
I'm not interested.
You understand? So let's say we are blessed because of we have the land for agriculture. I think we are not doing enough. You understand? Now, talking about this agriculture, I just felt it's a charge to people. You get me? I can decide. It's not like I'm deciding because I don't really have this capability. But you know, I can still decide to start on a small scale and provide for. So
for a smaller family.
So, yes. But if we can go back to it, you understand? I think agriculture will take us to another level.
But that's involved before oil came into.
That's what I'm trying to. That's why I say if we go back.
That's the point. I could remember the time of Abacha.
Yes.
I could remember the time of Obasanjo, Yaradua. People were going to the farm. That time they sold. You could buy onions at 5 naira. Onions, tomatoes. You cannot finish 100 naira tomatoes. What quantity of stew are you cooking?
I swear.
You understand? So what has changed? What has changed? That's the question. What has changed? The lands are still there. You won't say that God has taken part of the land, or the part of land has been given to Ghanaians or to America. No, the lands are still there. We still have the quantity of land that we had then. So what has gone wrong? That's the question.
What went wrong? What went wrong?
No. It's not just ICT.
Everybody wants to be in
yes, white collar jobs.
Bros. Let me tell you, it's not just that. Go to Uzowane. They are good farmers. They are known farmers in Enugu and in Southeast. Do you understand? Not just resource. That security I'm talking about, we were talking about before we went on break. That security we're talking about. When you hear that your fellow farmer went to the farm and was killed, and government will just come and say, you know, they are good on microphone.
That's correct.
Just talk what they're used to, what they know best, what they know best. Do you understand? They will go. Tomorrow, they will give you hope. Oh. They won't leave the place without giving you hope. Oh, no, something like this will not happen again. We have taken control. No, they will just sing and leave. Then tomorrow again, you hear that about 20 people were also killed. Will you still go to your family next time? That is the problem.
The one you stored self that you did at a lower price because of the insecurity, you now have to add.
Of course, now because if you manage to harvest because they will cultivate some are not willing to cultivate again. Then who had cultivated are not willing to go and harvest it again. Then if you manage to harvest more, now okay, you will pay now.
Okay, now
you go pay
now. About this food and everything, we have been talking about food security. My brother, bills, like now these bills, You talk about minimum wage. Okay, you were talking about rent. You now mentioned NEPA.
NEPA bills.
And we are okay for us. We still they work jobs, civil jobs where they get minimum wage. Can you tell us something about it? Like, can you elaborate?
Is it the NEPA bill?
Okay, let's start from there.
Let's not even go there because talking about NEPA bill, talking what we pay in NEPA,
and
what
we don't
pay
have
NEPA.
that light. We
Or
don't
in
even have
ENUGU, I think
24
ENUGU is EEDC. Yes, ENUGU is EEDC here. What we pay? In what band are you? Are you aware? In what band are you?
I don't know.
See the problem.
Maybe
this is what I said earlier. All these things we should be no. It's not about just ignorant. When you are hungry, when you are frustrated, you have to be ignorant, of course. Now all these things work together. Do you understand? Now, I am in band A. Maybe it's because I spend more. That is where I
Which side is
to
the
know.
band A?
I don't know how they is. I think this side is, whether band B or, but I'm more interested in that band A they placed me on because I'm not supposed to be in band A.
Yes.
Yeah? They say that my side around this new artisan, new heaven.
Band A,
where big people. Am I a big person?
No.
So they should separate those big people and say band A. These are band A people. I'm supposed to be band F. Do you understand? It should be band F. If there's anything like that.
So the A-lights don't live inside.
Do you know how much I pay?
Now location,
my brother.
Location will be everything for this.
No, wait. Do you know how much we pay? 5,000 naira lights don't serve us for a day and a half.
Are you serious?
Wow, that's a lot too.
I've not been on serious before. If you ask me if I'm serious, I've not been on serious before. Anything you hear me say here is a serious thing. 5,000 naira. Okay, imagine. Okay. Now, I couldn't buy food. I can't buy food in the market now. I can't buy food in the market now to feed like 3 times. I'm working, let alone people that don't work.
You're a civil servant?
I'm a civil servant.
So you work on minimum wage?
I work minimum waiting. You say minimum waiting. I work. Don't go there. So what I'm saying is, if somebody like me that work and earn salary at the end of the month can't afford to pay for NEPA bill. EEDC, I don't know why I keep saying this NEPA. Anyway, general name is NEPA. So get EEDC. It's a problem. Like it's a very big challenge.
The thing is, I understand that the unit they added.
Do you pay your NEPA bill? Maybe you live with
No, I pay. No,
you pay by yourself?
Yeah, I pay by myself.
How much do you pay in a month?
Because I live only me basically. Yeah. So I won't lie. Sometimes 3K. That 3K can go me for 2 weeks.
Okay, you want.
So maybe
which side do you live?
Presidential.
I'm coming to that place to pay for.
That should be bad.
I am coming to that side.
Okay,
what of you? How much? How much do you pay like in a month? Can you?
No. It's just the same thing, similar.
3,000.
Yeah.
Like I said, 2 weeks. Don't take me like that 3. Like when I pay, if I want to exhaust a month, 5,000. Cool.
Do you know that in my own house today, let's say I want to collect cup from here, I will switch on the light. Immediately I collect the cup, bang.
Off it.
Do you understand?
Crazy, man.
Now I now apply that system that we use. That thing they taught us in primary school.
Yes.
That if you wash your clothes, you just bring it, raise it up, and feature. Understand, so that it will not rumple. That is what we do now, because now
you don't want to.
We now apply sense.
Bro, the quality of living.
Do you understand? Everything is just messed up.
Yeah,
everything is now messed up.
High.
So when you talk about human development and human development, those things cannot succeed without the help of the government.
Well, that lack of access now. That lack of
it
access.
Cannot. Because government has more to do.
So you're just going back to blame government now.
That's not. If I don't blame government, if I don't blame government,
why they come get government?
If I don't blame government, make my salary make they not pay me salary at the end of the month.
Because they're supposed to put things which they in place
of
for
course
the average Nigerian to survive.
Somebody saying I shouldn't blame government.
I was
going home around some minutes past 7 from my office. around that collapsed bridge.
Yeah, the artisan.
This, these Hausa people live around there.
Yeah.
They settle around there for their livestock business. So I was passing. Just a little boy. My anger was it was a little boy, not even somebody that could challenge me. Do you understand? So he just dragged my phone. Bah! And I was very, very angry that day. He collected. No. He collected. The only thing that saved him that day was that his brothers were there. They came and started speaking. And I still thank God. One of the officers came out and said, and I asked for what was happening. I told him. He said no.
Yes.
He started blaming all those his brothers and others and said, that guy must be taken to the security because they think they have security inside inside the place, inside the market. Do you understand? So everything is just messed up. You blame everything on the government. When you don't provide security, you don't provide access to food.
And we pay tax.
You don't have access to shelter, access to job. So what is the government doing?
These transporters will tell you that the whole money.
What is the government doing?
They get this
local transport. Yeah.
Local, those normal bus keke. Say if it's not e-ticket they are paying for tax, it's one local government tax. It is one park tax. It is
waste.
Aboru tax. Bro, tax.
Are suffering.
That's why you be asking yourself from here to here, and they'll be telling you 1,000.
Okay. Let me shake in this table here. What does religion have to do with all this now? Because I feel it's a system of government too.
Why do you always touch my neck? You say
yes,
you
now.
don't want me to say something that I don't want to say.
Let me tell you. When I was small, I used to go to this church, Christ Redemption. They have 3 services. It was an Anglican church. That's this thing. So what I'm trying to say,
economy don't affect churches.
What I'm trying to say, I'm not trying to, but we know, me and you know, that church, in the name of God or help God,
contribute to the problem.
Yes, it's not. I'm not saying problem now. They generate billions. If you hear what church, if you check the statistics of what church is generating, don't you think it's the duty of our religious leaders to, in their own judiciary, this is now the church community, cater for us on that level?
There was this interview I saw Femi Falana as the father to Fowles. You understand? He was complaining about the winners. The winners church. How even in the church system they build schools and the members of the church cannot even send their children to the schools under their denomination. You get that kind of thing. So you'd be asking yourself, like this whole church thing, the question about you get, make I don't use
my brother. The thing is that
even not to use that word.
I don't like talking about all these religious thing, churches, Muslims, all this. So I don't like talking about them. But I think we should practice what we preach.
To start from our religious leaders now.
We should start from there.
Thank
God is coming.
Okay,
coming
if
out
you
from
teach
you.
me, no. Let's
Wait.
not divide self.
No, wait.
I feel we have been brainwashed to the point
no.
that we can't. Like now, I will not agree. You now, you now, you say you don't like talking about because do you know why I feel you say that?
Yeah.
We have been put in the state of mind that some of us we can't question some of this because it's religion. You understand? So we should question it.
Of course.
If I can't question what I believe, if I can't question the teachings and what you're teaching me is not vice versa. I just feel that the church is also a problem.
I was talking to my friend the other time. I told him that you saw this offering that we've been given since I was born. Huh? You saw this offering we've been given since I was born. This is the time We need it. Churches at this point should, when you come in the morning, they serve you tea before you even do in the name of the Father.
See, okay.
Getting to Hail Mary, you be served.
Let
You
me
should be
tell you.
served rice.
Let me tell you. Okay, okay. Let me speak from my own self as a Christian. If I can recall, in the Bible, yeah. In the Bible, Jesus they feed people fish. Yeah. You understand? Okay.
Alright.
Jesus they feed. Jesus they feed. I did tell you.
Welcome back to Signature Unscripted. As we are talking about what we are discussing, because we have discussed so many issues bothering the nation, the causes of hunger in the country, the insecurity, and the rest of them. We're going to continue to discuss some other issues, but we won't finish everything today, of course, you know. Stay tuned as we bring you the Signature Unscripted next time.
Majorly, what we need in Nigeria currently is what can increase our cycle, technologically, academically, and otherwise. So majorly, at least I've watched Big Brother Nigeria, but basically I don't see the need, because it's more of, to me, it's more of a guy or a lady sleeping in the morning and waking up by 12, or sleeping by 9 and waking up by 10, without a clear view. You understand? So I feel like it's not really. For me, it's not something that is educating. It's not something that is innovative. There is no future, if you ask me, towards watching Big Brother Nigeria, because those doing it there, I don't see the motive though. You sleep and you wake up, you eat, you dance, you do whatnot, and we are sitting down watching you. So,
but from what I know about it, from people's comments and all on other social media handles, I really don't see the positive impact of it on the Nigerian youth. It's a waste of our mental acumen. We coming to sit in the TV arguing we're supposed to come up first, who slept earlier than the other yesterday, who caused the fight between this and that, why this person should be removed and why the other person should be retained. I think with the amount of interest the youth put in it, and even going as far as using their hard-earned money, because finance is one thing that is so difficult to part with. So, but people still go the extra mile of trying to vote their favorite personality in the show and stuff. So I feel if our interest is being channeled rightly, people can still pick up interest. So like a level of interest in something else that would have been more productive.
During the Roman Empire, whenever the people revolt, they usually try to distract them with circuses and gladiator games. So I think this is like a plan to distract the youth because of the upcoming protests. So they are trying to use it to distract them. And of course, the people that are benefiting will be in support. Those that will benefit from all this, from the everything, obviously they'll support it. So I think it's not necessary now because we need to be focused and we should not allow big corporations to distract us from the main thing, that's the elephant in the room, which is the hardship, the economic situations and all that. So long story short, I don't think it's necessary.
I do not really think that it should be. Though I don't watch the movie, but I think that some persons that watch it doesn't contribute anything to their life. I've seen the show one certain time where I saw it kind of have naked pictures. So what does it have to do with people? Like it's, and sometimes it's competitive because some of the wears they put on their apparel, some youth will want to like level up to their what they do, and some of the things they say is a kind of the slangs or maybe their words. Some youth are copying it, which is very negative, and then it has a lot of negative impact on university students. Even people that don't have money will want to do things to get up to their side, and that's just it. I don't think it's really good.
I won't say I'm against the show, but at this particular time when country is hard, I don't think so. But Big Brother too, it's also to like ease your stress. Let me just say it's to ease your stress. Maybe like if you just come back from work now, you watch it. But like at this current time now when everyone is facing this thing, there is advantage and there is disadvantage of the show. I mean the advantage right now is that it's to ease stress now. But the disadvantage is that at this particular point in time when everybody is crying for the protest and all, we don't really need it. That's just the disadvantage, and that's the I give you an advantage. If I win the money, I know what I want to channel my money into. But like if you win the money, they just want to use it to be popular. Most of them there, I just feel like they're not bringing the right people into the show.
I think it is a show that should be promoted in Nigeria. Because I believe it has helped so many people. Given the winners are now celebrities, they are known all over Nigeria and all over Africa, possibly all over the world. And it makes people feel good about themselves. They have something to look forward to, something to talk about at home. It has brought people together, lovers, parents, siblings even.
And joining me now is Professor Samson Alhaji Shaibu, former acting Director General of Radio Nigeria, also known as FRCN. He's now a Professor of Media Studies at the Bingham University in Nasarawa State, very near Abuja. He's a satirist, author, writer, producer, and he has Well, back when he was in radio, he used to produce a program called Zuma Echoes. But many years, even after being Director General, you have continued to sustain this program, Professor Shaib. But let me even start by saying welcome to our program.
Thank you very much. It's a delight to be here.
You've continued to sustain this program on social media, Zuma Echoes. There was an episode that caught my attention, actually, where I started looking for you everywhere and wanted to have this conversation. It was the one you entitled Not Yet Uhuru, and then the other one that you entitled How Can It Be Well with Us? Prof, the living condition in Nigeria for some people have become killing, in quotes. A lot of families find it very difficult, to put food on the table. Nobody's talking about 3 square meals anymore. People are just trying to even survive. How did we get here as a country?
Yeah. It's a long story, but the dread alarm for where we are staying now has been sounded very, very many years ago. If you take a retrospective view of our nation, you remember we had a first republic that had vision. We had the likes of Sardauna of Sokoto, we have Tafawa Balewa, we have Zik, we had Awolowo, and so on and so forth. These were visionary politicians who were working